What's up guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all new video, and today I want to talk a little bit more in depth about a question that's been on my mind since the New Mutants trailer debuted early Friday morning. I say talk a little bit more about because I did touch on this briefly yesterday in the video breaking down the Demon Bear story arc, but in this video I want to take it a step further and really dive into the question, who is the villain of the New Mutants? Obviously, our first option is the Demon Bear itself as an entity. On the face of it, this is probably the most likely option. I mean, we know for a fact that the film will follow that iconic New Mutants story arc, according to director Josh Boone himself, and there are a ton of comments from him just in the last few months about his love for that era of X-Men comics, and specifically Bill Sienkiewicz's run on New Mutants starting with that saga. But it might not be that simple. As we can see from the trailer, the scares in the movie go far beyond just Danielle Moonstar's fear of the massive bear that killed her parents, but there is a chance that the bear will actually just be the manifestation of an entity tormenting the young mutants, Pennywise style. I do think the bear will appear just as a manifestation of Danielle's own personal, deepest, darkest fear, but I think it goes beyond that, but more on that in a little bit. Beyond that, the film might opt for a throwback route, both for the X-Men film franchise and the comic series in general, and have the villain be some sort of anti-mutant group. As we can tell from the trailer, the movie is primarily set in a hospital or a mental facility of some kind, which the trailer plays up to really great effect, with shots of long, dimly lit hallways, dark, isolated rooms, and even at one point a cemetery bearing numbers suggesting hundreds of previous patients have died. We also see at one point something injected into an IV, maybe some sort of psychoactive hallucinogen meant to put the young mutants under mental stress, or potentially some new government initiative like MK Ultra. But there's a decent amount of evidence against this option, both in the cast and the characters themselves. One actress you definitely saw in the trailer that's not one of the teenage New Mutants is Alice Braga, who you probably know from City of God or I Am Legend, playing Dr. Cecilia Reyes. If that name rings a bell, X-Men fans, it should, because Dr. Reyes has been a pretty prominent supporting character in X-Men comics in all their various forms and teams since the late 90s. While the trailer paints her in a decidedly bad light, she actually is the biggest wrench in the possibility of this facility being an anti-mutant hub. Why? Well, she largely works with the X-Men, and in fact she was once a member of the team herself, but either way stands pretty firmly on the side of good in the comics. The fact that she and the surroundings seem so ominous could again be the fact that we're seeing it through the eyes of an unreliable narrator or unreliable narrators, but for more on that, we have our last option. This last possibility, I think personally, is most likely out of all the other options. The villain of the movie is Danielle Moonstar herself. Now, I don't expect this to be a big, mask off, it was me, Barry kind of reveal. In fact, I expect this to almost be kind of like a Shyamalan level twist, as it seems like Moonstar will actually be the protagonist of this movie, albeit in a large and prominent ensemble cast. You see, Danielle Moonstar's ability in its very nature is to project people around her as greatest fears and greatest desires, and she determines these by accidentally subconsciously probing their minds. We have some major hints towards this already just one trailer in. I mean, we have a flashback to a young Illyana Rasputin, which could be setting up one of her fears. We at one point see cannonballs surrounded by miners, which seems to point back to Sam Guthrie's history working in a coal mining town and suffering an accident that triggered his powers. While my gut tells me this is the route they'll go with the movie, we'll probably just have to wait and see, at least until the next trailer. So let me know what you think. Who do you think is the villain of the New Mutants? That's gonna do it for me here though. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. For more content, check out our website at hybridnetworkyt.com, and if you love HN and want to take your support to the next level, consider donating to us on Patreon as we strive to bring you the best content possible. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.